Hey everybody, so this will be a quick review here on the Samsung A36. I picked this one up for 340 bucks on sale. These are normally $400. The one I have here has 6 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of storage. But apparently there are versions that can give you 8 gigabytes of RAM. I don't know if that's possible here in the US. I have not seen it. But there are versions, at least somewhere, that can give you 8 gigabytes of RAM as well as even up to 12 gigabytes of RAM. Again, I don't think it's possible here in the US. The only ones I've seen have 6 gigabytes of RAM. The processor is going to be the Snapdragon 6 Gen 3, along with OS of being Android 15. And then the GPU is the Adreno 710. Overall, I think this is a decent phone. This thing does have a lot of competition, including even, I would say, the new Pixel 9a, which is about $100 more at retail price, at MSRP. And even phones like the 2024 Motorola's Moto Edge here, which I just picked up for about 350 bucks on sale. But like I said, I do think this is a pretty good phone. So let's go through a few different things here. Let's go through performance first. We'll just go into gaming. I'm going to go into Monster Hunter now. And I think this plays pretty well for the most part and loads into the game pretty quickly as well. One thing I did notice and do notice as I'm playing is you will have little slowdowns every now and then. Nothing game breaking, nothing that will kind of ruin your game. But especially when you first load into it, that seems to be the case with a lot of phones for this game. You can see like I have a little bit of frame issues right there. But once you actually go into the fight, it smooths out quite a bit. I'm just playing on the lowest graphics settings. But again, I think this is very much playable. It doesn't seem to get too hot either, at least in my limited use. I usually play for 5-10 minutes at a time. And I really have had no issues, except for what I said, a little bit of slowdowns every now and then. I know a lot of people still play Pokemon Go, so we can load into this, and it's pretty much going to be the same exact story. For me, it plays just fine. I really have no issues with it. I'm not a big Pokemon goer myself. Just every now and then I'll pop into it. Actually, I don't have any balls right now to throw. But again, it loads in just fine. Like, I really have no issues here. Let's go ahead and do that. Like I said, no issues. Like, it plays actually rather well. Going on to simple things like Facebook here, just some social media, other apps like this, you're not going to have any issues with. You can see it loads in this very well. We're going to like Marketplace. Again, this is where I spend most of my Facebook time, is on Marketplace, looking at phones to buy. And again, you're not going to have any issues. Everything's going to load in just fine. Go like people's information here. And like I said, everything works as it should. Very, very quick, let's talk about the camera. So you do have a 0.5 times zoom, all the way up to 10 times zoom. And as you can see, there does have the night shot mode or night mode on it. And also has a whole bunch of other stuff on there as well. And what I like about Samsung's cheaper phones like this, mid-tier phones like this, is it actually does have a macro lens. Go ahead and get that. Let's try it again here. But it does actually have a macro lens on it, which, crazy enough, is something some of the higher end phones do not have unless you get into the ultras. It's kind of a weird thing that Samsung does. As far as quality goes, I think when you're looking at this price range, most phones are going to be about the same. I would say something like the Pixel is going to be a little bit better because Pixel is known for having crazy good cameras. But I don't think you're going to be too disappointed when you're looking at around $400 phone. The camera works like it should. Then let's talk about the speakers. This, of course, has stereo speakers. Volume is up all the way. They sound good. They get nice and loud. I have no issues with them whatsoever either. One thing I will say, though, as you probably noticed there, is when I scroll through videos, they do sometimes kind of, like when you scroll through it, it takes a second or two for it to catch up to itself and start playing the video again. Something I didn't notice every time I scroll through different videos. Something just to note there. And lastly, let's talk about this display. This is a I think, in my opinion, this is a very, very nice display. It is a Super AMOLED display. It has a 385 ppi density, has Corning Gorilla Glass Victus Plus on it. Like I said, this is a very nice looking display in my opinion. It gets 1900 peaks brightness. This is not up all the way right now, and of course going through YouTube, going through the video, you guys can't tell as well. Anyway, it gets nice and bright. It looks excellent. Like, these colors look very, very good. The blacks look nice and black. The whites look nice and white. Again, I think this is an excellent display. I love displays on Samsung phones, even their cheaper phones, even like their A15 has a nice display on it. This is no exception. This is an excellent display, and it is a nice size display as well. One other thing I did not mention is its weight. It only weighs 195 grams, which is pretty lightweight for how big this phone is, which is 6.7-inch display. Nice big display. Overall, I think this is a fantastic phone. Again, it does have a lot of competition, but you guys let me know what you think. Thank you all for watching. Hope you have a good one. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.